get started, I can say thank you to everyone who's here, everyone who's reached out, calls, text, the understanding, and the love, because this is all very overwhelming. Timothy had more passion than anyone I ever knew. He cared so much about everything he touched, everything he put his mind to. That's why he was so special. Believe it or not, Timothy's heart was way bigger than a smile. He truly cared about every person he met. If you've ever hung around my dad, you'll know he uses two words very frequently: genuine and authentic. In Timothy's life, his entire life represents a very genuine and authentic one. We were just getting started. He was the baby brother, the one who made me a big brother, and the middle brother. Growing up wasn't always easy. Jonathan being the oldest of the three, that meant Timothy and I had to share everything. We shared bedrooms, same bed on trips, and the bathroom. We used to argue all the time in the mornings with who was going to take a shower first, how long they were in the shower, Mom banging on the door to hurry us up so we wouldn't be late for school. It'd be really okay being late for school. Then we started to grow up. We started going to church together, went to K-Life together, summer camps together. Even our best friends were also brothers, so all four of us would always hang out together. We loved the same kind of music. He was a really good drummer. I wasn't very good on the guitar. Around this time, Jonathan and Abby started dating. So Timothy and I formed this alliance, where if Mom had Dad, Jonathan had Abby, and I had Timothy. And once Jonathan moved to college, it was just me and Timothy. And we came much closer. We didn't really argue about the bathroom anymore. We just used Jonathan's old one. Instead, we used that time to work out together, play golf, practice things together, even made music together. A lot of people know Timothy's nickname, T-Stall. He was so gifted with making music. Our whole family was so supportive of him. Seeing him happy is what made us all very happy. Then I went to college, and I was excited about moving away, but it was hard thinking about Timothy being home alone because he always had Jonathan and I. I remember introducing Timothy to my college buddies, and he'd come to visit. I go, hey, this is my little brother Timothy. And he quickly told me, Chris, that's your little big brother. All of mine and Jonathan's friends loved Timothy so much. They were so good to him. Looked at him as their own. I remember a time showing up to a party and Timothy was already there. Because one of my friends had already invited him. That's just the way he was. Then we really started to grow up. My parents only wanted one thing from the three of us, and that was to be close with each other. Not to be really close friends, but to respect and always love each other. Over the past 6 years, I had moved back to Little Rock. Jonathan did as well. Timothy was in Conway. We were all close again. Timothy and I started going to lunch during the week. We'd go grab a brewski after work and just talk. There were never any expectations between us. So we were always going to do what was best for one another. Timothy would always copy me as well, ordering food. Never failed. The waiter would always look at him and ask, what are you having? He'd look right at me and ask what I ordered. Got to the point where I would just order for him. I knew he'd always get the same thing. He'd notice the pair of pants I have. That's where I got them from. Shoes, shirts. She used to drive me crazy. Copied everything I did, but I knew it was just because he looked up to me. He'd always remind me of how proud I made him, even when it felt like I made mistakes. I always felt so loved around him. And I'd do anything to show up to dinner with the same pants and shoes. Again. I convinced him to take a last-minute trip to go out of the country 2 years ago, just the two of us. I was so grateful. It was absolutely crazy. It was so fun. Timothy and I were about to start working together. Talked about it all the time. So I'm excited to get the opportunity to be closer to him, closer to my dad. He was so passionate about work. It was contagious. The way he loved Sawyer's, one of the happiest days I ever saw him. So when he became Uncle T, he was so terrified holding her because he cared so much. He didn't want anything bad to happen. He also never let anything bad happen to her. He was such a gentle giant. He'd always text me about how he was taking over as the favorite uncle. Asked what gifts I was getting her so he could always do one better. We were supposed to compete for that favorite uncle position for the rest of our lives. The way he loved Sarah. I was always pretty jealous when someone tried to come steal my brother away. I just knew how sweet and gentle he was, and the amount of love he gives is rarely reciprocated until I met Sarah. I always heard about Sarah because I talked about her all the time. I knew she was special because Timothy usually only talks to Jonathan about serious relationship stuff. And if I was getting brought in, I knew it was serious. And to be honest, I think I was more nervous to meet her because I had a feeling that she was the one. She was so amazing. She always brought out the best in Timothy. And Sarah's love for Timothy just radiated everywhere they went. She fit so perfectly in our family. It was just kind of one of those things that just made a lot of sense. And after the first family trip she joined us on, I couldn't picture another family trip without her. Timothy, we were just getting started, finally appreciating everything we had, everything we'd been through. Never taking anything for granted, always working toward being the best version of ourselves. The hardest part about all of this is I don't have any regrets. We had such a strong relationship. We always told each other how much we loved one another. We never hung up the phone until we heard those words. Could really go for one of his hugs right now. We were the same height, so we always gave the best hugs. And like I said earlier, my parents really only wanted one thing from the three of us, and that was to be close. And we did that. But we actually ended up being brothers